folks, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of electrical repair. I have a Escort MAX 360C radar detector. It's been a great radar detector. Unfortunately, I have some cords that needed to be repaired. So they're 12 volts cigarette adapter cords. One is a Smartcord Live, so it's got Bluetooth and allows you to sync up with Escort's network. And then I've got a older Smartcord that's a backup that I keep in my other car. But both cords, they have a telephone type RJ connector, and this one, the tab had actually broken out, and so it keeps on falling out. And the other one actually had a frayed wire because I take it on and off all the time. So instead of buying two $30 plus cords, we did the BCL1 garage. We're gonna buy a $10 tool, a few parts, and we're gonna fix two cords for 20 bucks. It's the ultimate recycling. Reuse what you got, fix what you got, don't just throw away stuff. So we're gonna go through it, and I hope you like the video. So the first thing we're gonna do on this cord is we've got to cut the end off that's on here and just use scissors. And then we're gonna have to strip the outside conductor, and here's a little handy tool. Just make sure you don't apply too much pressure when we're rotating it around. Actually, I'll give myself a little bit more room here because some of these conductors are kind of a pain to get lined up. So there you go. So this is a 4 conductor. The Smartcord Live is actually a 6 conductor. So we're gonna probably struggle a little bit to make sure that we get the right tooth on the right blade, or the right tooth on the right wire, I mean. So I have cheated a little bit. You can see that the Smartcord Live, it's white, black, red, green, yellow, blue. On the Smartcord, the outer two are not used, and it's black, red, green, yellow. And so it may be a little bit of a challenge to get everything lined up, but I've got plenty of extra connectors. So this is the crimping tool. You can see it calls out for RJ11 6P, so that's 6 conductor. There's also a smaller 4 and a larger 8, but we're going to be using the 6 conductor today. We got some Klein tools. It's RJ11 6P 6C, and so the 6P is the number of plugs, or the number of teeth, and the 6C is the gauge of the wire. So we're going to look again at our colors, black, red, green, yellow. And actually, before you do this, you're going to want to put heat shrink on before you put the connector on. So let me get a longer piece of heat shrink, because I did not like how that worked the last time. Actually, my heat shrink is right here. Whenever doing electrical work, always make sure you have good heat shrink. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to double it up. I'm going to put this on the first part, and then I'm going to give it some extra stiffness, I'm going to put a larger piece on top. They'll both shrink right up. I probably don't need quite that long of a piece, so I'm going to cut it to length. There you go. I'll just shorten that up a little bit, and I'll have this piece be a little bit longer than that piece. There you go. So first you're going to put a small piece of heat shrink on and just let it go all the way down. Put a larger piece of heat shrink. Then we are going to put the connector in the tool first. Make sure it's in the right one. There it goes. And when you crimp it, the teeth actually pierce the conductors. So let's check black, red, green, yellow. Of course, it wants to go the other way. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to take a piece of electrical tape and help hold this in place because I don't have enough hands. A good friend of mine said you have to be smarter than what you're working on. So let's double check the, no, I almost did it wrong. So black, red, green, yellow. Black, red, green, yellow. There. Now we got it held in place in the right order. And now we're going to have the hard part of trying to get this 4 conductor in the middle of the 6 conductor. Let's get our light here. That looks like the middle. So here we go, wish us luck. Crimping away. So it's a snug connection. I think I'm actually going to leave the electrical tape on there. That's actually going to make it a little bit stronger. So we also have, with our tool, we have a connection tester. It's a cable tester. So we'll put, we'll do RJ11, RJ45, and we'll put it in the RJ11. And we'll see what we got here. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's right. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got a good connection. We hit the right teeth. So great. Now we're going to heat shrink this up and then we'll test her out and we'll be done. Saving some money. So I've got a 12 volt power source here. Got the radar detector. Plugging it in. Okay, there we go. We have fixed our radar detector. Now we'll go ahead and finish this up with heat shrink. So I highly recommend using a heat gun, not a like a cigarette lighter or anything like that. You can get uniform heat. I also recommend having a really highly diameter reducing heat shrink. So this is a shrink ratio of 3 to 1, and it also has adhesive. So this is good for marine or anything else. So do not cheap out on your heat shrink. So just keep the heat gun about 6 inches away, 4 to 6 inches. Okay, and there it goes. That's probably stronger than the original cord. And then we'll put this other piece up on it. And what we'll do to get a little pro move here, we'll actually plug it into the radar detector, and because this is always going to be up at an angle, we'll let the heat shrink cool a little bit at an angle. Plug it in, then let it hang like it would naturally. And as this heat shrink cools, it'll be at a perfect arc and hopefully keep a lot of that bending off the part that keeps on breaking on this radar detector. All right, well that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I'll put the tools in the description. But like I said, fix your stuff, don't throw it away. Thanks for watching.